to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. This is Rogue. Say hi, Rogue. Say hi. No? Okay. Now you can go behind me. No? Okay. She can go wherever she wants. I'm here today to talk to you about my cross stitch. And you know, I've had a lot of new subscribers, and I really appreciate it. My glasses are bothering me. They bother me on and they bother me off. My eye surgery went very well, and I can see almost 20/20 out of this eye. And this eye is practically, I mean, when I saw the difference when I went last week, I was just like, oh my goodness. And now I understand why some people pop out a lens on their glasses, because I'm uncomfortable with them on because this eye gets blurry. But I'm uncomfortable with them off because, for two reasons. I've been wearing glasses since I was 3, and because this eye is still very blurry. Now the difference is like stark. So I'm going to take them off for the rest of this video because they're driving me nuts. I finished the crochet project of the toilet paper roll holder. Here's a picture of it because I put it in my son's bathroom. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about the fact that he would be in there asleep. I can't go in there and get it. I didn't take a picture of it sitting on the shelf. I should have. I didn't want to go in there and accidentally wake him up, or any of that. I mean, the dog hasn't even gone out to the bathroom or anything. I haven't heard it. So he's like sound asleep. He got home from work after 1 o'clock last night. And so he's tired. It's not early morning. It's early morning. So I'm not going to disturb him. I was trying to decide on what I wanted to crochet next because I finished the cat with the kiwi inside. I finished the water bottle holder. I finished the toilet paper holder. I was like, what am I going to do? And I thought, because there's a lot of stuff I want to do, I want to work on. And I thought I'd work on this. Not because I'm going to make that for something. No, that's not. I just thought I would do it. And I have to say, the pattern is easy. The pattern's easy to work on. Except I'm having a problem with the ears. I'm going to remake them. Well, the one I've made, I'm going to remake. But okay, look at this picture. See how nice and stiff this is here? Oh. And I'm like, did I choose the wrong yarn? Am I doing it wrong? And it just says worsted weight yarn, which is what I'm using. And it's just a little on the floppy side. And it could be because I made that burger coasters, and it had me crocheting with 2 strings of yarn, so it was really stiff. And maybe I'm expecting it to be stiff like that. So part of me is like, should I remake it with 2? And I have that pattern to make the ones that look like Yoda and Darth Vader and all those. I have that pattern. And I'm like, maybe I should make that with 2. Because this one, I was just trying to decide what I wanted to work on. And I don't know. Because look, it's saggy and it curls. And anyway, I have to think about that. I did buy some yarn. It's not exciting. I'm not going to go and take it out and show you. It's pink. Because I was like, well, maybe I should buy yarn to make the flamingo. I really like the owl. But the flamingo's for me, and I want to work on some of the presents I had decided to crochet. So, yeah, I need to buckle down. The other crochet that I've been working on is this blanket, which part of me now goes, I want to scrap it or start again for 2 reasons. Okay, look at this. Look how much bigger this row is than this row here. But that, and then it gets bigger again down here. See? Okay, yeah, I didn't weave in the end. I'm like, I was really happy-ish with it until I did this area right here. And then I was like, no, and she warned to crochet loosely, and I thought I was doing loose, and it's just, this is the right number of stitches. Wasn't stitching completely loosely, but once I put this part on, but I figure I'm in this far, right? I should go ahead and keep working on it. So that was one of the reasons. Because I can block it and get it a little bit better. My sister says you don't block acrylic yarn, but she shows how to block it, and I might get a better result. But this is just for me, and if it curls in and all that, I'm like, I'm just enjoying working on it. The next row is candles, which is one of my least favorite, not because it's not beautiful, because it is, but there's a big gap where the flames are. There's a big gap, in between certain things. And I'm like, I don't know. Sorry, I should have cut this yarn. I don't think I'm using it in the next row, but I'm afraid to cut it until I'm positive. So look how this curls, because this is so much bigger. And this row right here didn't have any real structure until I put this on. So I think that's part of the problem. But maybe once I start getting more, I don't know. I'm sad. But I'm learning new stitches. I already knew how to do a popcorn stitch, but this is supposed to be cranberries and popcorn. So I thought maybe if I thought I could maybe add some stitches in here to get it to be more the same size. I might have probably just messed it up. Anyway, and I don't want to frog the whole thing and start over. Although the other reason I'm sad about this blanket is I was looking through my yarn because I was winding it into cakes, because as it gets smaller, sorry, I'm trying to fold this up, it's getting bigger now, it's going to get harder and harder. I realized I bought one color, the wrong color. The green color that you see predominant there is supposed to be a different color. I'm obviously not going to have anybody come and check the blanket, so I'll just stick with what I have. Yeah. Okay. That is all of my crochet for now. Now, I had a new start. Pueblo Pottery number 8 by Southwest Decoratives. I have 3 patterns by them. Sorry about the glare. I have 3 patterns by them, and I'm working on this one right here. I don't mean these 3. I mean I have 3 of these. I have another set of pots, and then I have the blanket that I started. So, and this is Santa Clara, which is a small area in the it's a little town, but it's not a town exactly. It's tribal. It's in the tribal lands in New Mexico, and it's one of their cities, towns. I don't know what you call it. I'm getting myself all mixed up. Apparently, this is called an avenue wedding vase. I just knew it was a wedding vase. My parents were given a lot of we worked on Isleta Pueblo. That was the word I was looking for. We worked there. My parents did, and I would go too, so I would help them. When I was in high school, my parents were given by a lot of the different pueblos around there. They were given pottery, and one of those was a wedding vase. It was. It looked very much like this one. It didn't have the same pattern, I don't think, but it looked very much like this one. Different pueblos make different designs, and a lot of the black and gray pottery comes out of Santa Clara, and it's beautiful. This pattern doesn't do it justice. It's absolutely stunning. So that's the one I wanted to start with. I do like the other 2. I plan to do them, but this is where I am. I can't stop working on it. I love it so much. I've kind of dropped the ball on a couple of other things because I wanted to work on this. I'm really happy. Now, it doesn't have a lot more, so I'm hoping I can finish it in the next day or 2. And it has cooled off. I think the temperature yesterday was 109, maybe it was 102. I don't know. It wasn't hot. It was just warm. This is my temperature chart, under the sea temperature chart by myself for our Etsy shop, 3 Sisters Creative. And this is August. Now, my friend Vicky sent me a picture of hers. I'll put it here. She has done all or most of the seaweed down the sides. I'm like, I've been so lazy about getting caught up on the seaweed. I really need to do it. But this is where I am. We had a day where it poured and it just cooled off everything. We haven't had this year, we haven't had any dust storms. We've had very little rain. The dust storms are something to behold, let me tell you. but we've had very little rain, and but we did have rain. We did have 1 day, 2 days. 1 day was just kind of sprinkling now and then 1 day where it just poured and it cooled everything off. So I think it was only 102 that day. So, and I know 102 doesn't sound like low temperatures, but that's a nice spring day for us. So I did a little bit more work on Phoenix Biscornu by Tinymodernist. Now I did finish the front side, the top side. I finished it some time ago. And I'm working on the back. And I thought about it, and because I'm doing the cross-stitch camp piece, and because I'm having my eyes worked on, I'm not going to do the other one I was planning to do, which was a new start, technically. And I just thought, I'm just going to keep working on this. I kind of want to get it done. It's kind of light, and then it's going to have a lot of back stitching, so I did the back stitching on this. That's the edge of it. So and then I've done some more work on Winter Deer, again, Tinymodernist. Isn't he cute? Once I started the back stitch on this, I realized that this is supposed to be 4 stitches long, not 3, this gap, which meant this was too high. And I stitched this based on where this was. I was like, I don't care if this is too high. This has to be the same height that it's supposed to be. So I had to frog this and put it back in, because it goes around and meets up. And it won't meet up right if it's too high. So I decided to leave just that and go ahead and do the back stitching on that. And I'm starting on the horns. So I'm probably going to work on the rest of the back stitching before I get any more done on anything else, and try to finish his body back stitching. So a lot of back stitching. I didn't work on it today. I worked on that pottery instead. There's no law that says I have to work on that. And then this is my August cross stitch camp piece. Now, before I started this, before I even knew I was going to have eye surgery, I knew I wasn't going to finish this. And I'll keep working on it a little bit, but I do want to finish the Biscornu. So I'll be splitting my time between this and the Biscornu. And I started here, so I'm working my way around here. This is where I am. I know, I haven't done much on it. I didn't work on it for 2 days. I was working on that pottery, and then I sat down to work on it, and I keep getting interrupted. The dogs want something, my sister wants to go somewhere. By the way, we went to the attic. I didn't have anything I wanted to particularly buy, but my sister wanted to look and see if she could find some threads that she needed. And it's always dangerous to go in the attic. But they did have a clearance bin, and I picked up Erica Michaels' Random Thoughts of Winter, know, I was not planning to work on it. There's an Erica Michaels pattern that should be out now, coming out now. There's a couple of them that I was like, oh, I'd like that. And then I wanted the booklet that they put out at Market, Nashville, Needlework Market. I wanted the booklet that they put out of just a collection of different berries that they've done. Yeah, I looked at the price of that and went, not today. So I picked this up. It was marked down. It was on clearance, and it's one color. But I was thinking of doing this one, not this one. But this one has specialty stitches, which I may put in this one. I was thinking it would be nice to do a pop of color somewhere. Do most of it in one color, but then do a little pop of color. On that on the pottery, it's got 3 colors. And I searched the pattern. Where is that? I don't see the turquoise in the picture. Where is it? There's one stitch. Right there. And I think it's supposed to look like a little turquoise stone put inset in the pottery. And so when I say I want to put a pop of color, it doesn't have to be a big one, because that makes a difference. That little pop of color in that, right? So I might do that. Do I have any plans to start that anytime soon? No. But I saw it and I thought, that's really pretty. There was a couple of them that I liked, but I just thought, yeah, I like that one. So that's all I have for you today, and I'm getting ready for another eye doctor appointment in a little while. So hopefully more good news, and then I have to get ready for doing this eye. And I'm really pleased with the results. I am so excited to get the second eye done. Yeah. Anyway, oh, by the way, I had a birthday this week. Yeah. After a certain point, you're just like, Anyway, my dog is saying she needs to go out again. So I gotta go, and I'll see you all next week.